Hello, kings and queens. Welcome to the scene. Hello, YouTube. I've been meaning to do this YouTube thing for a while, and I decided on a spontaneous moment, why not give it a go now? And I've been thinking that I'll do speed paints. I like the idea of having somewhere to, show the progress of my art for both myself and for anyone interested. And I also really like talking, and I've met a lot of interesting people and had a lot of interesting conversations, and I thought it would be nice to have a place to put those conversations out there and further the discussions. So, like I said, I've been thinking that I'll make speed paints. I have an Instagram, which I have linked down below if you want to see some other artworks I've done. I've been pretty happy with my progress recently, and I think I'm at a good point to make a YouTube channel, so hopefully the further I make progress, the more I'll be able to improve faster is the hope. As for other things, I think I kind of want it to be a verbal journal of sorts, and I'm also really interested in story writing, so perhaps we'll talk about characters and fandoms that I really like, or maybe I'll just write some short stories that I find worth sharing and narrate them over whatever scene I'm working on. Mostly in terms of what I draw background focused things. I know a lot of people draw character based things, and perhaps that's what's most liked, but I kind of wanted to give a go and see how well a background focused channel would do. I know there are some people who do it. I do follow some. Interesting to see how different people go at backgrounds compared to me. I really respect people who could draw backgrounds without having references, but at this point in time, I am still heavily reliant on reference photos, and I don't think there's anything wrong with using them so long as you're not straight up tracing, because you learn from life, and it adds a certain level of, well, not realism if you have a very stylized style, but more so it makes it look more coherent, because I think that way we're able to relate it further to what we see, and it's just easier, I think, when you're just learning, which I definitely am. But that's going on a tangent. Going back, like I said, I wanted to draw some background focused things. I am also planning on doing some speed paints for different fandoms, just because it's something that takes up a lot of what I do end up drawing, and a lot of people are also interested in some of the fandoms I like, so I thought, might as well draw and record for those fandoms. Aside from fandoms, I'm going to do a lot of original characters and a lot of pieces of landscapes and etc., because I kind of wanted to draw visualizations for the worlds in my stories. It would be really great if you could join me perhaps with a cup of coffee and just relax from a long tiring day, whether you're just watching or drawing along with me. I hope that I could provide some form of winding down after a long day, because life these days seems to be pretty busy and pretty tough, and it's just nice to have some time to yourself, and I'd be beyond honored if you decide that I am worthy of that time. And if you choose to draw too, that'd be fantastic, hopefully for the both of us. The audio might not be perfect since I'm not really recording on a mic. I'm recording on my laptop right now, and when I was listening to it, it didn't sound too terrible, so I hope it's not too bothersome for you to listen. Hopefully, perhaps in the future, if my channel gets anywhere, near a little big, I might consider getting a mic, making it sound better quality. In this piece specifically, it was really hard to not oversaturate my colors. It was definitely a challenge since I prefer using really bright colors, and I ended up still using colors that I think were a little too bright for the situation at hand, but I went around at the end to desaturate some of it to make it look more natural and cast more of a vibe when you're looking at it. I really respect artists who can draw drawings and paintings where just looking at the piece makes you feel a certain emotion, melancholy, or happiness, or whatever is being portrayed, like whether through the colors or the subject matter or how the subject in question is drawn. I really respect that, and hopefully someday I could get to that point in time. I've been trying really hard to pick colors that get the mood across, but like I said, I'm still learning. Uh, Everything I draw has been like for myself. I haven't gone to any art classes, so forgive me if some basic things slip past. The most art classy thing I've done was probably grade 8 and 9 art, which I'm not really sure how well it compares to people who have gone to art school and taken classes there. But I think it's interesting, like, being able to teach myself everything that as I'm learning. Uh, YouTube is pretty amazing, and everyone who uploads their tutorials, they do it for free, and I really respect and thank them for all the useful information I've gained. Most of what I've learned about color theory is from YouTube and just observations from people I follow on Instagram. The thing about art is that it's so easy for me to fall into an art block, but it's compared to writer's block, it's so much easier to come out because I'm really picky about the books that I read, and oftentimes I never really find something for myself to enjoy, whereas for art, I could just search whatever I'm interested in at the moment on Pinterest or Instagram, mostly Pinterest, and I'll get to see all these amazing works, and it's just like, for me, when I see an art piece that makes me feel like, I don't know, makes me feel anyway, whether it's happy, sad, like, any art piece that has a sort of emotion to it, it always hypes me up instantly to start working. Whether it be the line art that I like for the piece, or the colors, or the mood, or the lighting, whatever it is, it always gets me fired up to draw. Not to say that I don't experience art block. At the moment, with my current style, I'm trying to, make myself see the positives alongside the negatives of my pieces. I end up being too critical, and while I do think it's good to be critical of your work, you also have to be aware that since you've worked on it for a really long time, a lot, like, you know every single stroke because you've put it there. But when other people see it, it's hard for me to keep in mind that, they don't see all the flaws that I see. They see, like, the finished product. And, like, personally, when I used to see artists on Instagram be like, oh, I'm so, like, not proud of how this one came out, I'd be like, what do you mean? This is so absolutely beautiful. How could you not be proud of it? Are you just doing this, like, internally? I'd just be like, are you just asking me to compliment you? Because, like, I will compliment you. Your work is amazing. And as I started drawing more and more, and, like, I've developed more of a, detailed art style, it's yeah, it's exactly what I said before. It's because you know every stroke that you've placed that everything just doesn't look right. And I'm trying to work beyond that and say to myself, like, there's going to be other art pieces, and no art piece is perfect. You're going to make mistakes. And the most amazing part about life is for, whatever it is, you'll get a second chance. Perhaps not always, but it is there more often than not. I know for a lot of people, they say, first impressions are all that matter. Personally, first impressions, I know I'm getting off on a tangent, but while first impressions are important, they don't make or break a person for me, and I try to think that is true of others too, that if I make a mistake or mess up the first time I see someone, it's not like, I don't have chances to make that up, and it's nice to see that reflected. Well, it's okay. Art helped me realize that along with something my sister said. And there's really no reason to freak out so much for either thing. Like, whether you mess up with someone, just apologize and hopefully, like, give it time. Allow yourselves to heal from whatever the situation was. And, hopefully you can start working towards, a better image of yourself in front of the other person. And for art, even if you mess up, it's not the end of the world. You can try another piece, or you can keep working on the same one, hopefully to fix whatever mistake you made. Nothing is permanent, is what I'm trying to say. And it goes for both art and for people alike. And I think right about here we're nearing the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me, and I hope you'll stick around for my journey. And if you do plan to, please give me hit the subscribe button if you want, and if you don't, that's alright. I'm not linked. I have put my Instagram down in the description. If you want to give me a follow there and perhaps support me, that'd be great. And hopefully I'll see you all next time. I'm thinking perhaps a video every month or every 3 weeks. And well then, kings and queens, this is me signing off the scene. Bye!